He fell down.
Mine.
Parkour.
Oh, it's kind of dark up here.
No, it's mine.
Terraria. A game that can either make or break a friend group. Alone, this game is an entertaining grind. But with friends, it's a race, a competition, a power trip which will break bonds of even the strongest of friends. This game physically takes your brain out of your head and puts it inside of a toaster and leaves it there for 5 hours while it forces you to commit treason against your fellow friends. This video is basically a documentation of my friend group that dared to play Terraria together. I will explain the good and better parts of Terraria while documenting our experience chronologically. Yes?
What game mode are you playing?
Look, we hate ourselves, but we aren't suicidal. Expert mode can be saved for another day. Like every beginning to a multiplayer Terraria playthrough, we start creating a vessel. We spam the randomize a couple of times until we hit the right flesh suit. I then simply name my vessel him. The next item on the chopping block was the world creation. We then went for the randomized evil biome and large world, and I gave it a name fit for 4 men. For me, Greg, Riley, and Dexter. The first thing I got up to was deforestation and erecting a home for my 3 friends while they go explore the right side of the world. Some people gotta do the housekeeping, otherwise society'll fall. And god damn does it look good. Sure, it may be just a glorified box, but it's not even half an hour into the game at this point. This is fine art. After they all get decimated by a desert bird, we then start exploring the local cave to the left, where games usually bring friends to work together and grow a stronger bond. When it comes to gathering resources in Terraria, it separates your enemies to your friends, and it's a safe bet to say, we're all the enemies. Dude, I swear, if it just brings us to a pot, I'm gonna capture that fairy and feed it to my dog.
Oh!
I called it. Nope.
I called it.
Whoever gets there first.
That's cringe. I called it. Don't just go on mine, Greg. Wait, we don't have a hammer.
No!
You can't keep getting away with it!
Escaping the cave, the next thing I did was explore the right side of the map, which my friends have already done. Heading right, I swiftly remembered that Terraria had a Steam workshop. For people like myself, we like to tune Terraria but not completely revamp it as it's a perfect game. Yeah, I installed a Breaking Bad mod. Even though it came at the sacrifice of the Desert Remix, I also installed what I argue is the best Terraria Steam Workshop add-on. Music, baby! The add-ons from the workshop consist of plenty of good add-ons that just make the game, how do I put, more. But then you have my friends, especially Gregory, you'll see soon enough. We stumble across a cave where a sliver of greed leaks, but right after this, I get to go home.
Someone decided that they wanted all the wood.
Oh my god, he fell down.
Mine.
Parkour.
Oh, it's kind of dark up here.
No, it's mine. You thief.
I need wood.
Thanks to me being a little greedy gremlin, I thankfully progressed. These little trinkets on the right side of the screen benefit your character other than your defensive armor. Progression is one of the key parts of what I like to call the hook of Terraria. The more I or you progress through Terraria, no matter how little it may seem, like just 2 or 1 piece of gold, or to the big like finding a chest where your friend can't find it, it just really reels you in for more. Like a hook on a fishing rod. Another hook of Terraria I'd consider would be building. Oh, how I love building in this game. The noise, the progression, the finishing product, and the thousands of people who are better at housing than me. On our way to beat this game, but my friends are super lame. Friends just like to steal the loot. Might put them under the boot. And wait, that's all I wrote? What the fuck? For regular human beings such as ourselves, we see the nurse as this. But with the power of Terraria's workshop add-ons, my little old friend Gregory over here sees this innocent woman as
That is a sad
Barking for heals.
Oh god. To progress even farther into Terraria, 1+3 will defeat bosses as they drop sweet and divine loot. But loot and depravity, it all comes at a cost.
Ooh. Hey, that was mine.
Guys, guess what? I just got this
Mine, bro.
this shroomerang 23 melee. Jesus Christ.
Where did those vultures come from?
Jimmy Jones left.
He left. At this point, you've already noticed the long hole to hell. For a non-Terraria player, this appears to be like a waste of time or unnecessary. But this is the only beast way of reaching hell and diddling the devil himself. But it would cost me multiple of my lives, even though I had the lava charm which lets you swim in lava for 7 seconds. And the universal name for this elevator to hell is Hellevator. In the absence of our poor friend Dexter, we had simultaneously finished the Hellevator, killed the Eye of Cthulhu, and slain the funny purple worm. It felt good to progress as we've already reached Demonite Age, but I wasn't staying for long. As I crawled into every crevice of hell, I mined for Hellstone for a long time, but it was worth it. I had selfishly built the strongest armor and weapons fashioned for the average melee player right before fighting the wall of flesh. But I was in luck, cause my friends weren't even going for the melee class like I had. Greg was opting to be a range type of guy while Riley wanted to be a magical dude. So pretty a diverse group, -1. This game is so good, giving the player a non-linear path to progress on while you watch yourself and your friends slowly grind their way up the ladder and descend into the abyss that is Terraria. The fun part was that we weren't even halfway through the game, as there were 2 more bosses we hadn't finished off before defeating the Wall of Flesh, which is basically the gateway to the game becoming hard mode. The King Slime and Skeletron were next on the hit list. The former on the list luckily spawned after a slime rain right after Dexter had come back. Did we take things too far to the point where we had to progress that far into the game without him? No, we waited for that little asshole to join back after he kept ignoring our messages. And I was gonna give his boomerang back, just after a little while. Going to the far left of the map, we set up an arena and a base next to this old decrepit man and his seemingly small house. Drinking a unknown purple liquid, I took to the skies, getting everything I could before the timer struck 0 and I'd be falling back to the ground at top velocity and swiftly turning into a red paste. But that did not happen. I teleported back to the group and gave everybody an equal share of the findings, which in hindsight I should not have given Dexter, for his share I would not be seeing for a long time. Interacting with the old guy at night and cursing at him, I mean, what would happen if I do that? We had started a boss fight with Skelleboner.
I already have like hundreds. Why does it look like Walter White?
What?
It looks like Walter White.
What do you see, Greg? What do you see?
It's Walter.
I don't know what you see, but I can imagine real well.
I'll send you the clip.
Oh, okay, Riley, this is for you. Book of Skulls. Here you go. The perks of picking up an item that's not suited for your class type is that everybody else around you with a different class type becomes your personal recycling bin. And as we descended into the labyrinth that was the old creep's house, I find the mechanic down here inside of this old guy's basement. Hold on. Anyways, NPCs in this game basically need a room with a good amount of light, a chair, a table, and if you had a keen eye, you'd see that we have been slowly collecting more and more NPCs on Riley's cross house. The extent to NPCs is nothing more than they mainly give you goods and services as you provide them a place to stay, effectively making you a landlord that pays the tenants. Wait a minute. I scoured every crevice of the dungeon for gold keys for gold chests, only trying to find one item, the Muramasa. I did not find it, but I will soon.
Oh, wait,
Thanks to Dexter's absence in this recording session, we then decided to do the most logical thing anybody in our situation would do.
Don't blow up.
1, 2, 3, go!
Why did it not throw?
And in memory of Dexter's ugly house, we set up a place for NPCs. We ventured right into the jungle and set up a spawn, scouring every crevice of the underground jungle, killing hornets for their stingers, and gathering spores to make a cool grass sword. After getting the grass sword, I then went ahead and violated the whole dungeon to find myself a Muramasa. So, hooray. With the purple sword, fire sword, fern sword, and the anime sword, combining all 4 swords, you get one cool one, which is the Knight's Edge, which thanks to the newer Terraria updates now swing like this, instead of this. What the hell? Creating more NPC housing, I then attempted to make a teleporter from home to the jungle, not realizing how much money it will take. But wait, can I just use pylons from the NPCs? No thank you. I blew all of my money. I'm knee deep, so I might as well just commit to it. In writing / voicing, I realized I missed out on Queen Bee. So here's the clip of us murdering her. So now that all the main bosses are dead, we now have decided to go and kill the Wall of Flesh. Let's go!
Oh my.
After killing the Wall of Flesh, you receive some cool items, but the main item for progression is the Pone Hammer. Take this thing and find a little cancer on the floor of your nearby bad biome, and then boom, instant new ore. And so we go to work. Little did we know, this spreads the bad biomes quicker. Anyways, here's a compilation of me mining and making new tools to go mining and make new tools just to go mining.
Nice.
We tried to kill the destroyer, it destroyed us. Tried our luck at Skeletron, it skeleboned us. And FYI, the destroyer and Skeletron are the 2 of the 3 main mechanical bosses that will need to be defeated to progress. But in order to defeat the easiest one, PS, it's the destroyer, we need a Daedalus Stormbow. I then murdered the chest, and the first item it had dropped was the Daedalus Stormbow. We then took down Skeletron. Oh. We then destroyed the destroyer. We now have hollowed bars, but it will be used soon enough. Using the last of my dollary dues, I spent it all on the Contaminator and some green solution. And the footage you see here are one of 3 or 4 times I ever tried purifying the world, but I never do, cause it's a goddamn massive world. So now I despise the fact that I picked a large world. And hey, we killed another destroyer. And I got to make the Excalibur. We had the misfortune of facing a pirate invasion. This made us money, but it also bent us over its knee and gave us a spanking. After that physical torture, we reached for the skies to get everybody wings. I attempted to do some cleansing, but to no avail. Figuring that we've defeated a mechanical boss, we now have access to life fruits. That is, if the maximum is digested, turns your 400 health from heart crystals into 500. So I began spelunking into the jungle. And we destroyed 2 more destroyers. I find a suspicious plant, but at this point you have probably realized that I have found a couple dyes to drip out my character. On top of character progression, you can customize! You can change the look of your character through dyes. I finally got to express my true self by coloring my character blue. I got the teleporter in functioning condition. We then murdered the Wall of Flesh, but not 5 times, nor 6 times, but 4 times. 4 times. And oh man, the twins, a boss we haven't even done yet, thank god. Even though we're practically kingpins on hollowed bars to the point where I'm wearing full melee armor for it, we still needed 1 more boss for their soul, as each mechanical boss has a soul, which I will be taking to make an item of mass destruction. Oh no, it's Skeletron and it's alive. For now. Using the souls from each mechanical boss and a Knight's Edge, you can create the true Knight's Edge. Now wielding a weapon fit for a melee user, I waltz over to the goblin and roll for a hopefully so-so reforge. Oh my god. Using the extra souls from the 3 mechanical bosses and some hollowed bars, you get to receive the Drax. It's like a drill and an axe, which can mine the weird green stuff all over the jungle to armor and tools, so this meant only one thing. Now fully decked out in green, we fought Skeletron once more. I went AFK, and Riley and Greg attempted to do the old one's army. My new armor would be completely useless to me, as I'd remember about turtle armor, as I've been collecting turtle shells myself throughout the time in the jungle. So now, I'd have to put myself through all of that mining again. I went AFK, and when I came back, my friends had already created an arena for Terraria. It's cause I got the turtle shell, isn't it? Racist? Oh god, it's racist.
Racist. Bro is not gonna let that slide, buddy.
No, you took it.
I got the achievement.
Of course I took it. We have the key. For what you may ask? This wretched and rundown temple. For what reason will we have to just enter this rundown temple? Another boss battle. Damn! I love the bosses in this game. We would go on to keep fighting the golem over and over and over. Using the beetle husks from the corpses of the funny looking iron golems, I put it on top of my turtle armor and it creates beetle armor. Don't ask me how it works. This game doesn't explain itself to anybody. When a pirate invasion raided our home, being the good friend I am, I ran away, deep into the underground to find blue shroom biomes, just to get its mushrooms and seeds to set up a house for the living mushroom dude. I use this NPC to get the auto hammer to make shroomite for Greg's class armor. We venture across the hollowed and decide to beat up the queen slime. We then had the misfortune of spawning a solar eclipse. When you have the displeasure of facing against a Mothron, they have a slight chance to drop a broken hero sword, where I suspected one of my friends, Riley, was lying to me about not having one, which this game just tears your friend group apart. I eventually receive a broken hero sword and I create myself a weapon of mass destruction, the Terra Blade. I venture back down into the jungle where I get everybody life fruits so we can all get stacked up in health. And then I get cracking onto the teleporter, and just like last time, it was very painful to my wallet. Thankfully, one of my friends shot down a flying saucer and we got invaded by aliens. Yay! I then completely touch every single alien to submission until I was given an influx waiver. I then started fishing in the sky. Not that I know that anything cool could have been given to me, but I just thought it'd look cool. We then get a taste of pain through the pumpkin moon. This would make me go on to create an arena so this won't happen again. Either way, I'm doing all of this for the Horseman's Blade. But sadly, I wouldn't get the sword until later. With this tragedy in hand, me and the boys went to the dungeon and created a little arena, and you probably know for who. We then decided to go to the LARPers at the dungeon and convince them to go away. Defeating the group of no good scallywags, we are given a boss that didn't even have a chance. And after that, we are then taking on the Celestial event. 4 pillars for the 4 main classes spawn all across the world to be fought. This orange rock gets me materials that gives me a fancy whip. After the last funny rock is destroyed, we are greeted by a certain moon man.
Rip and tear until it is done.
He's here! Hands, got hands.
Where's my mouse?
He has me! Make sure to get both of his eyes at the same level. Oh, run up, fly up, everyone fly up! Right hand, all hands are gone. Attack the face, attack the face.
Oh shit.
I just need you guys to get here before I get murked. I don't know. His top eye is about to go away. Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Why can't we? His heart's exposed. Break his heart. Break his heart.
Can't escape this area.
Break his heart. Break his heart.
Why am I so bad at this game? Holy crap.
Don't say that. Come on. Oh, do it, do it, do it. He's coming to you guys. End him. As seen here, I clearly carried the fight. Most likely the fact that this is a normal difficulty, because if this was in hardcore, I'd be dead. I unfortunately die, and the two weaklings finish him off. But being the master baiter I am, I do this quick gamer maneuver.
He's not dropping yet. There we go, he dropped. Ooh, I got, okay. Gregory, this is for you.
Oh, guys! Luckily, I received the Luminite and the portal gun. Nice. We then go and fight the Pumpkin Moon again for the Horseman's Blade, and once again, nada. Nothing. We then begin the attack on the lunatic cultists again, and we do the whole fight again, baby. Oh yeah, baby. Here we go again, baby. Oh yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. We're totally doing this, yeah, baby. Oh yeah, baby. And I stopped recording an accident here. You can see I tried to start the recording again, but I somehow stopped recording. Like, how? You're just gonna have to go on a limb here and believe me, okay? The fight with the Moon Lord, the same one that I stupidly stopped recording, is the only fight where the Moon Lord had dropped the Meowmere. Anyways, believe me or not, we do the whole Moon Lord thing all over again. Oh my god, I just murdered him. I'm so glad for the furry sword. We've defeated so many of those class crystals that we are able to make endgame armor for our classes. We've practically finished the game, but as every melee player, I needed one more item to be fulfilled, and in order to do that, the Horseman's Blade was all I needed. Oh yes! 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 Now, with all of these swords combined, we create a weapon of mass destruction. Duke Fishron, Empress of Light? What? In celebration of finishing the game countless times, we then load up an old save that I had lying around inside of my recycling bin, and we Pearl Harbored it.
My heart, I loved her.